Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. And today we are going to play with a Type 61. Yes, I'm reading your comments down below. Yes, I see what you want. Type 61 it is. We haven't played with this tank for a year or so. The last time we played with it was back in 2022, May 10th. The tank is still not rated, but currently it is rated as an average tank. And it has quite an interesting things to offer. The platform itself is a problem in my opinion. It's to the certain extent like Leopard but significantly slower, right? You can get easily penetrated by pretty much everyone, even with high explosives, and overall it's far away from being ideal. But what this tank has quite a nice gun. I mean, fine, alpha damage is not ideal and it's not layer 1 by any shape or any form, but it is okay. 360 alpha damage, 258 millimeters of penetration and 1.1 thousand shell velocity, well actually closer to 1.2. And if you have not enough, and if you do not have enough penetration, you can load hits. Hits are going to be slower overall, right? But with hits you can penetrate everyone. You can shred everyone like there is no tomorrow. And that is the best thing of all this, obviously, right? So please keep this in mind. Meanwhile, enemies are making quite a bit of pressure here, and what we need to do, we need to try to annoy them going down the hill. And oh boys, I have a bad news. And those bad news are, we need to sit here, but we need to sit here in the very smart way, right? I cannot make a silly goose decision at this point, because since enemies have a middle over there, it is going to be super duper hyper turbo hard for us to get involved for obvious reasons, right? This is going to be an interesting and hard one, but it's okay. Listen, it's not that bad. I know it looks like we are here alone, right? And in fact, in a way we are, but we have some sniper schnitzels here in the back, and what those sniper schnitzels will be able to do, they will be able to support us. So we are feeling very, very, very well, fellas. All we need to do, we need to be smart with our life decisions and we are going to be okay. Meanwhile, Mr. Tortoise is going to the middle of the field and oh boys, he won't enjoy himself. Beautiful shot into the Tortoise, and the best part of all this, I'm not even spotted. So what that being said, we can just simply farm him to the certain extent, right? We can farm him to the certain extent. Let's go like this. Spank the Tortoise. Beautiful. This is where this tank is shining, right? Once again, please pay attention at the penetration with a gold ammunition. That is absolutely glorious and that is absolutely nice. And this is what we are looking for and this is what we need. Tortoise, not a problem. We can spank him like there is no tomorrow. But still, listen, you are saying so many good things about this tank. I do not get one thing. Why is it rated as an average tank if you are showing such a beautiful things? What is, in my opinion, what is making this tank average? Obviously, it's not rated yet. We will have a time whenever we are going to take a look significantly more to this tank, right? But what it is making average is the platform, right? The gun can work fine, fair enough. You can do the things properly. But it is very, very easy to mess up, and it's not as good as Leopard. It just is, you know? There is still a lot of things for this tank to be better, if I can say so. Okay, so far it is a good start. We have 1.9 thousand damage. We haven't lost a single bit of the hit points, which is absolutely glorious and it is amazing, I would say. You needed to talk skill. Punish yourself. Fine. Here you go. We lost 300 HP for our big brother, right? This tank is leading to STB, so I need to be very, very smart. How am I going to pick here? Because STB is very, very, very dangerous. Meanwhile, trying to go for a blind shot for this Leopard, maybe we will be able to spank him. And you know what? I am still sitting extremely well here. I do not feel bad by any shape or any form. The worst part of all this is probably that we cannot get that much involved here, right? I mean, I can't make pressure, that is the problem, but we are going to be okay. Meanwhile, Leo, how are you doing? I am definitely reloading quicker than this gentleman does, so that being said, I can go for one more. Very nice. And in the same situation, we have some support from here, so pay attention how this guy is going to melt. That's all we need, fellas. We need only one mistake from the enemies, and we are going to have a blast, and we are going to enjoy ourselves. We are sitting all right. Now, that being said, I want to be a bit smarter at this point. Oh, good. Leo is dead, and soon I'm going to be unspotted. Oh, look at this. T-57 is trying to escape. That makes sense, because this is only one way how he can dodge this this death, if I can say so. Beautiful tracking shot. You might think it is bad, but in reality it is not that bad. We kept him in place, and we can punish him once again. Gun handling of this tank is far away from being bad, as you can see that yourself. And now we can be even more involved and more greedy. Skill, what means more greedy? Well, more greedy means that I am going to make hardcore pressure just like so. And I am going to say hello for T-57. T-57 is on the reload at this point. You know, he's on the reload. I do not really care whatsoever. I'm feeling very, very good, and in fact, we are sending him back to the garage. That being said, we are going to eliminate the STB. STB thinks he is going to survive, but reality is he is surviving. Nice. He's reloading quicker than I do. That's the problem. Okay, fellas. As a first pancake with a Type 61, that is okay. We did everything properly. We took the extremely important position. We spanked enemies every single time whenever they made a bad decision, and we made this beautiful tank work. Once again, this tank is far away from being idiot-proof. You know, you need to know what you are doing, and I don't really think this tank is that beginner-friendly. In fact, looking into the rating, beginner-friendliness of this vehicle is 1. Skill, what are you talking about? Where you are checking those ratings, and I do not follow you. Pay attention at this, fellas. Index page, if you are not familiar, feel free to check it out. As you can see, so far tank has the 3 stars, and those are the ratings. If we are digging more, there is equipment recommendations and many other things. Feel free to check it out if you are not familiar with that, right? Meanwhile, we are returning with Ace. Very, very beautiful, and I'm feeling super happy about this. Thank you very much. Solid Ace. 4,500 damage, 1,100 assisting damage. I think we played well, and I think we made this tank work very, very well. Beautiful. And 25,000 profits. Although I am paying for the camo directive. What this camo directive does, it's pretty much giving you camo skill, and as you can see, my crew is not so skilled, but that's okay. Round 1 was successful. Let's go for seconds, shall we? Aha, round number 2. So what do we have? We have Tundra, and we have a standard battle. Now the question is, am I brave enough to go on top of the hill? And more I think about it, more I do not want to do it, because this tank is not particularly fast for a medium tank, right? I'm afraid that I am going to meet plenty of the faster enemy mediums. As an example, a X30, Lorraine and whatnot in the position already, and I won't be able to cross. So that being said, we are going to look into this a bit differently. We are going to try to punish every single mother trucker who is sitting around this area, right? That is my goal. Although Hori was waiting for me already. I really wanted to punish this light tank, but oh well, what can you do? It doesn't really change anything, does it? At this point, I would love to have some hits loaded for that Hori, and I think we can make it work very, very well. Standard ammunition for Lorraine. Lorraine is not visible for us. That's okay. Let's load the hits. And let's see, can we spot sniper schnitzels here at this point? That is the question. Standard ammunition on. He is dead. Excellent. Hits on again. And let's wait for it. Now, If Hori is sitting here, and there is a humongous chance he is, we are going to be just fine. Especially whenever our guys will try to take this position. Why so? Because from here, if I'm not mistaken, you can actually spot the snipers in the back, right? So far, the start for our personal performance is far away from being ideal, but that's what we have, and there is nothing to worry about, fellas. We are feeling great. Our light tank, Vujung, trying to make as much pressure as he physically and possibly can, and we are spanking the Hori while giving him something in return since he spanked us beforehand. Wow, what an interesting position from the MX-30. Wow. Not bad, not bad. Meanwhile, Charioteer, unfortunately I missed my shot, but to be fair with you, I was very relying on the auto-aim in this kind of situation, and that is okay. Hori, tier 8, is making pressure for our light tank, and we will try to do everything what is in our powers in order to support him. Right? Meanwhile, Hori is still going for it. Wow, what a play by the Mr. Hori. And that is not good. He's like a meatball for us, and we are very, very hungry, fellas. I am very hungry for a meatball. What is next? What is the best decision which we can do over there? I would say I want to spank this Hori, okay? That's what I would say. Excellent. Now he's down to fartable. His big brother is down to fartable as well, so at this point we can actually get involved. That's what we want to do. I do not want to take 600 for the team for obvious reasons, but this might be only one way for us to do the things. Come on, we need a proper reaction, fellas. We need proper reaction here. He's kind of looking towards us, which is a bit of the problem, but it's okay. Luckily for us, we have a turret and he doesn't, so it is his problem. Meanwhile, Cobra. Going for a blind shot. Oi, 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 oi. Mr. Progetto. That is mean. Oh, what a mean Progetto, fellas. Well, that did not work that well as he was expecting, I guess. But, oh well. We took 2 for the team. Doesn't really matter. Now, Cobra. Cobra, whenever you are playing with a paper tanks, Cobra is... The Cobra is not the tank which you want to meet, okay? To say that straight in the face, Cobra is extremely dangerous vehicle to eat tanks without any armor whatsoever. So we need to be 3 times more aware of what this mother trucker is going to do. And he messed up. Great, that's exactly what we need. Meanwhile, Iron Arnie. Ooh, and was a sniping in the back here. I need to load the hits for this Mr. Vaza, and we can keep spanking him. As you can see, my focus in the game whenever I am playing this tank is very, very, very high. You know, I'm trying to stay alerted to the maximum, and I am trying to put as much focus as I physically and possibly can, right? That is the right way to play with this vehicle, but I truly want to highlight that this tank is very, very, very hard tank to play with, okay? It is truly hard tank to play with, believe me or not. And that being said, play accordingly, you know? Humongous attention in what is happening around you. And try to do your best. Good assisting damage is always welcome, and I just want to get rid of this crossfire for obvious reasons, right? Crossfire is not what you want to see. Meanwhile, Iron Arnie, high explosive, boom. Not really a direct hit, and that's okay. I think at this point we are feeling comfortable enough to get into this position and just simply start capping the base. I know it might sound, but still, capping the base, what is wrong with you? This is completely fine. Capping the base in this situation is not bad by any shape or any form. Meanwhile, I would love to see this Lorraine getting spotted here. I would not act surprised if this gentleman would sit somewhere here, okay? And if this gentleman is sitting somewhere here, we can definitely farm him. We are winning this game, obviously. Oh, Lorraine, this is exactly what I mean. I'm dead. Okay, fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. No complaints, no regrets. I knew that Lorraine can take this position and he can be the living crap out of us. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty happy about this. So for a second game, solid 3.2 thousand damage, 1.7 thousand assisting damage with a bit of the clunky start. But in the end of the day, I'm very, very happy. How do I play? Beautiful. Let's see the score. Here we go. 3.6 thousand damage, 1.7 thousand assisting damage, top by experience, top by the damage. Overall, I think that was a good game, and we lost 7,000 credits, but this is to be expected because I am paying quite a lot for the natural cover, you know, but that is fine. I can afford it. So, all in all, so far 2 games, everything is looking good. And fellas, if you are enjoying what you are seeing, remember to leave a big wet kiss from your side, such as a thumbs up. And in the same time, if you have any questions, feel free to comment in the comment section down below. I started focusing on the comments, right? I'm trying to answer pretty much all of them in the next day, right? So if this video, let's say, is released on the Monday, so on Tuesday, I am going to check it out and I will try to answer into the comments, or alternatively to mark it a thread with a skill heart, right? That is important thing to say. And let's keep up our journey. So far, 2 games, very, very good. 4.1 thousand average damage, 1.4 thousand assisting damage. Let's keep it up. So far, we are doing great. Okay, last but not least, we are playing in Prokrovka and Counter Battle. I really like this map and I think we can make this Son of the Banana work. So all in all, our goal is to go straight into the middle and to say hi for this Mr. LTTB, right? I believe we should be able to do this without bigger problems whatsoever. Now, skill, why are you going straight into the middle? First of all, I like middle from this side significantly more than from the enemy side. That is to begin with, right? It is important thing to highlight. And I like to be in the middle of the action. That being said, whenever you are in the middle of the action, you can actually pay a humongous attention and you can spank enemies for being silly gooses as this LTTB is, right? He's down to fartable. His aggression is going to be significantly more limited at this point, and we are going to feel pretty great at this point. So, what is the next thing what we want to do? We want to try to play here, hold down to the best of our abilities, and we are spotted. That being said, someone is sitting somewhere around this area. At least that's what I would guess, right? And I'm trying to dodge the guy sniping here from the back whenever I'm getting spotted, you know? This is very, very important thing. Meanwhile, our LT-432 is getting a bit deeper here, which is not necessarily bad, I would say. It is very, very good. You see? Char footer. And LTTB is officially... That was handshake. That was shaking hand, if I can say so. But that's okay. This guy is dead at this point. Absolutely glorious. At this point, once again, eyes widely open, wait for this TS-54 to go in front. And as you can see, he's crossing through the open field like a most beautiful tourist. And fellas, appreciate your local tourists. Your local tourists are giving us opportunity to play well, to punish someone for their mistakes and do less mistakes ourselves, right? I have seen quite a lot of quite a lot of disappointment whenever someone is having, I don't know, bad player in the team and whatnot. Be a bit more positive, fellas. A bit more positive. Good. So far, so good. Obviously, there is still a lot of things for us to do, and we are working our butts for that. That's all we need to do. We need to sit here, and we need to wait until enemies will mess up. And mess up, they will. It's a matter of the time. I have already a strategy crafted how we are going to do the things. Whenever this Bizonte is going to die, and believe me, he will die, it's a matter of the time, then we are going to go and make pressure through the middle. This is going to be absolutely glorious and it is going to be very, very good. Meanwhile, this Bizonte is thinking, who is shooting me in the face? And I am silently raising my hand. That would be me, sir. That would be me. Very, very good. So far, 2.5 thousand damage, 1.7 thousand assisting damage, absolutely glorious performance, and once again, there is a lot of place for us to improve. At this point, I'm going to load the high explosive ammunition. The main reason why am I going to load the high explosives is because of this Mr. Scorpion G, and if my calculations are correct, he should still be somewhere around this area. I hope they do not have snipers here, and apparently they do not. So what that means we can push a bit more in front, and we can hope to spank the Scorpion G as he is sitting here. Beautiful. Let's take our time to aim. Even though we are not penetrating him, I do not really care too much about this, right? And I don't really think the Scorpion will realize that I am that greedy son of the banana to go sideways for him. Meanwhile, we should eliminate him from the game just like so, and at this point we are just thinking how to farm the remaining of the forces, because we are winning this game. Obviously we are having a winning spawn in this kind of situation, so we are enjoying ourselves and we are having a blast while doing so. And unfortunately for the enemies, they just simply have a worse spawn. What can you do about this, right? In the same time, we are making as much pressure as we physically and possibly can, right? Because we know we are winning this game. We know enemies have no chance to do anything else for us, right? I mean, they are not going to magically win this game by any shape or any form. So all we need to do at this point, we need to just focus on eliminating enemy guns from the game. And eliminate we will, fellas. Eliminate we will. Meanwhile, there is Ergashem sitting here. I am trying to punish him. Obviously, Ergashem has extremely good gun handling, so he can show a bit of the teeth, right? But that's okay. Whenever Ergashem is going to shoot, I am just going to be involved. Ergashem just fired, that's good. Let's eliminate this guy from the game. Obviously, we are going to make as much as pressure as we physically and possibly can, and we should be alright. I do not really think Ergashem has a decent angle for us, so now all we need to do, we need to say hello for this Mr. Ergashem sitting here in the back. I know he has an angle on me in the same way as I have angle for him, but once again, there are some moments when I just do not care, and whenever I am just going for maximum farming experience, right? And this is exactly what we have now. Beautiful shot in the side. We are killing it, fellas. This session with a Type 61 is absolutely glorious, and I think we are ideal, fellas. I think we are ideal. Last game is the strongest one. Who could have expected that? On the paper, we have 5.5 thousand damage and 2.6 thousand assisting damage. Beautiful. Fellas, if you are enjoying what you are seeing, once again, remember, it is so easy to leave the best, to leave the big wet kiss for a content creators. Just like the video, right? Put the comment down below with a question or say, good job, you sexy, magnificent bastard. It is beautiful. It is beautiful, you know? That's all, fellas. So all in all, looking into all of this, I am feeling pretty great, right? We finished everything with a solid ace. 5.5 thousand damage, actually 5.6 thousand damage, 2.8 thousand assisting damage, beautiful, 1.5 base experience, and 17,000 profits. And my point is still the same, fellas. It is not as easy as I made it to look like. Overall, our performance with this tank, 4.6 thousand damage, 1.9 thousand assisting damage. Fellas, we are playing for 6.5 thousand combined with this tank. No one can play with this tank for 6.5 thousand combined in the very long session, you know? I just had a great session, what can I say? Accept it and be happy. So thank you very much for watching, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.